Hello everyone, welcome back to this video. Today we're going to take a look at the February of 2025 Tomica released, and as you can see, I didn't purchase all the Takara Tomy like the cars product, which includes the garage and the box set, because I'm not that fond of those products. And you'll also see the missing Asia limited model as well, because I didn't really like that car either. But we still have the basic mainline car, which is the Skyline police car, followed by the Tesla Model Y, which is I think one of the best selling crossover in the world. And we have two very nice Honda Blade CRX, which is the origin of a legends that I will get into in a bit. With so less to say, let's get started. At first, we'll be looking at this Nissan Skyline police car, and which is one of the locations in Japan. I'm sorry I cannot pronounce it in English, but it's one of the more famous place for making milk products, if I have not mistaken. The car is 1:64 scale, and it came in the larger packaging, made in Vietnam as well. Okay, so here is the car. Despite this is one of the older casting, as you can see, number 76, 2019. This is the older Nissan Skyline model, and you know, people always talk about how the Skyline was once an amazing sports car, which it were back in the 90s, and you know, they killed it. And later the R35 GTL came out, and people were amazed, but now people get bored of that, so they always ask about when will the Skyline be returned. The Skyline's never left us. In the States, I believe it was called the Infiniti G35, or the later model with the bigger displacement engine called it G37, which has a infamous repetition. But in Japan, they're just regular saloon car with a big V6 engine. And to me, frankly, I think this model is amazing. First, one of the big plus point is a 64 scale car, so it actually will go quite well with other brands' die-cars. And moreover, this casting itself is a really nice casting. And Tomica has been milking this casting for a while, and I've seen this casting were used in many applications, but I don't hate it. I think it fits the car design really well. I can't really point out if there's anything missing. It kind of reminds me of the older Crown that Tomica used to make. That was discontinued a long time ago. But you can see the siren and the siren light are very accurately portrayed, like on the box art, and it's actually quite close for Tomica standards. It gets passed for me. And yep, that's pretty much the details of this car and the functions of it. Came with suspension only, so no opening parts, but you know, it's still a very nice casting. Alright, to the next one. We're going to take a look at the Tesla Model Y, and they both came with two different color. So the normal one will be the black, and the white will be the first color release, which is limited to the release date, so around like a month or so, and they will be sold out pretty quickly, because I believe these will be very, very hot among actual Tesla owners. So first thing first, it's questionable how they actually use this smaller package for the Tesla, because this is in comparisons to the Skyline, and you can actually see this is a way bigger car but they decided to use the smaller package, which is a interesting decision. But anyway, let's look at the car itself. So the Model Y, I hopefully didn't mispronounce it as the Model X, because they both look so damn similar. But as far as I'm concerned, the Model X is a much luxurious counterpart, as in like a marketing positions. Like the car itself is more luxurious, and with the rolling doors on the back. Oops. Okay, one thing that I really dislike about this casting, but it's like nothing personal, is really clean. But once you get your fingers on it, you'll see the fingerprint, and that's not so nice. So anyway, I just keep going through it. I'm so sorry, the car just keep falling off. So as you can see, the details are it's not very detailed. But there's so many quirky and interesting stuff about this casting that I would like to go through with you guys. First and first, it's ginormous, and you can see it's a 1:63 scale car, as it is at the bottom. If you take a closer look, it's actually say it's made in China. As far as I'm concerned, the mainline factory for Tomica has been shut down or used for TLVM purposes, but for some reason, the new Model Y is actually made in China, and that is very interesting to me, because it has been a while that a Chinese-made Tomica is being released. And for the first color release, which is the white, and I believe this will be the more popular color, and if you're a collector, this is a must-have. Because I believe these in the future will go up, because this is like one of the most popular car of the current generation. Unfortunately so. But right, and you can actually see the tires are actually quite wide, and this is what those sport utilities vehicle. I don't know if it is a sport utility vehicles, but just a crossover. And the white color is very nice. Might as well better than the real life counterpart as well, and actually on the brighter casting you can actually see the design of the side profile is more prominent on the white car, and also 63 scale, and the car came with suspension features, and that's pretty much for the mainline model for this month. So you can see the Tesla and the Skyline. Alright, to the left, we have two different variations of the Honda Ballade. I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced. Ballade Sport CRX. Is such a lengthy name, and is made in 60 scale with suspension features only. It is the first color editions, limited as well, I suppose. So the red and the black. So let's take a look of both cars. Wait, actually, let me take the box of this, and wow. So in case if you have missed the TLVM release back in the days, I don't think this is a bad casting for you to buy, because people always complain about the premium is actually terrible. Yeah, they're not completely incorrect, but sometimes they actually make it really nice. Just like this one, this is an absolute hit for me. Well, first of all, it's very, very tiny, and you can actually compare it to the Tesla. You will see how big. Actually, the Tesla is really big. Anyway, so this is the Ballade CRX, and it has the printing that is very, very detailedly printed on the tailgate, and you can actually see the tail lights. They are transparent instead of painted, which I suppose a premium model should have. And also the headlights are plastic and they are not painted, and which is a good thing. And as if you can see it, it's actually set DOHC on the side, and I believe this is the 1.6 set C motor that Spoon actually used to race in their Civic, which is the E80 generation. And you know, the E80 generation has the relations to the CRX, which is the first gen CRX, because well, when at first when I was getting into CRX, I didn't really know that there was a second generation. I just thought that was the facelift, but turns out it was a different generation. And I believe, actually I cannot recall the chassis code name for this generation, but anyway, here's the undercarriage of the car, and it actually wrote 2024 interestingly, made in Vietnam, and it's actually a metal base, so this car is actually quite heavy. Came with suspension as well. Okay, so that's the normal release, which is the red car. So now let's look at the black car, and actually the black car came with a very interesting packaging. It came with one of these cardboards with the bags, so I'm not quite sure what are the intention there, because it's not doing anything to me. But anyway, here's the black version, and personally the black, I wouldn't say it's nicer, but it's definitely more cooler than the red one to some aspect. I like the red one more because it's more classic, but the black, my god, it's still gorgeous, isn't it? You know, all this black paint and all this fingerprint is driving me crazy. I really wish I have a really clean hand. I don't want to wear gloves because that is kind of weird, because you know, these are toy cars in the end of the days. But so you can actually see this is Honda and Blaze Sports on the top right. I couldn't really see it, but you can actually see they did it. They actually go the extra mile on making sure that the spoiler is actually different color compared to the body. So they put some good effort into this, and you can actually see the interior. Classic Honda, very low dashboard, very low to the ground. And here's the undercarriage of it. Of course, suspension features again, and this black paint thing is driving me crazy. I really wish they can just go away. It's still not going away. But anyway, let's do the summary. Well, that's it for the February release of Tomica 2025. And to be fair, if I have to pick any specific to my favorite one, I have to pick the CRX. Just classic, but the skylines are very nice as well, and the black CRX. What about the Tesla? Well, you know, it's like home applicants. I don't hate them, but they're just there. But I guess if you're a Model Y owner, you would definitely love the casting of this car, because I think it's actually quite accurate. Because I can actually tell this is not a Model X for some reason. It's a Model Y. But you know, very interesting month. The very commonly seen skyline, the Chinese-made Tesla, and the full metal, like crazily detailed CRX. Just a very weird month, but I don't hate it. This is a good month, and this is my report for the February release. In the future, I will post more video about more variation of diecast. You'll see various variation, including like buses, or even like a bigger scale car, and also other branding model cars. I will post more content in this channel, and soon you will be renamed to something else. And by then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.